Welcome to A Woman's Brew, where women talk about beer. Today we are trying my number one bucket list beer. I'm Joanne and this is Tori.
Hello, hello.
And we're two beer-loving women on a mission to get more people drinking and talking about great beer. Come join us! If you're watching the video, and also actually if you're listening, because the sound quality will be slightly different.
Better or worse.
We are not in our usual places. We are actually in the same room together today.
And Jo just made up the intro on the fly.
I just made it up off the top of my head.
It's quite smooth. Quite smooth.
We haven't got a script or anything. We've literally got nothing.
This was a 4-day in the making turnaround.
Right, I think this is a nice insight. I was thinking about this on the way here. I think this is an insight into how we plan
Or don't.
the podcast, in the fact that we don't.
Sometimes we do.
Sometimes we do.
But I would say that I'm happy to hold hand up and say that probably since the start of the year, my new job and your job has gotten so busy.
You've been busy.
But I like recording with you and talking about beer and drinking beer. So selfishly, having kind of put the podcast, I think a lot of other people probably would have been like, let's put the podcast on pause, because it's not like we don't make money. No. We don't have to be fair, we do. No, we have had people donate. I'm not going to mention names because I don't know if they want me to mention names, but we have had people donate to our coffee, which is so appreciated. It's people we love. It's like, thank you so much. Again, not naming strictly because we haven't got the okay to do that, but we don't make money. That's not making money. That's just covering the cost we were paying out of pocket. So that's why it's and we still have stuff that we're paying out of pocket
for the hosting and our website. And we did win money.
We did win money, and we are still very cautiously working our way through that.
We treated ourselves to new
microphones, which you are not getting that sound quality on this episode. But all in all, for the love of it, we've continued to do it, but it's gotten, I think people will probably notice, it's not as in-depth plan, we've not got big issues being tackled at this point in time. Every so often we'll have, I think we've got a few people we're going to talk to, and a few people we have talked to as well, that are that was a little bit more detailed and stuff, but maybe some stuff feels a bit fluffy at the moment, and that's just because I think we're both so mentally tired that when it comes to planning, we only have so much brain space to do planning, and so we try to make it light and fun, and sometimes not fun, sometimes angering, sometimes weird stuff or angering things or whatever, but so today, I don't even know, that was just to say that we're in person.
Here. So we didn't, the thing is, we'll start with, I think this will make more sense when we say what the beer is. So, this is my number one bucket list beer that I have been looking for years and years and years, and Tori managed to find me one.
We teased this before as well.
At Christmas. We've teased it. If you're not new here,
put your guesses in now.
You probably know what it is, because I've talked about it a lot. Tori managed to find me one at Christmas when she was in the US. It is a Sam Adams Utopia. My number one bucket list beer that I've always wanted to try and was willing to pay whatever for, which I did.
You quite literally said, I will pay whatever it costs.
Whatever it is, I will pay for it. To be fair,
$200.
Yeah. To be fair, I saw one of these remember back when I was on that Disney cruise a few years ago. They had one for sale and they were selling it for $400.
It's the second-hand market.
And I was going to buy it, and my husband talked me out of it by a text message, because he was like, no, they're not that expensive if you just buy them outright, we'll find one. And I was like, I've been kicking myself for a long time thinking I should have just bought it, because
they aren't that expensive when you buy it outright. If
Tori
you can find it to buy it outright.
She was tell the story of finding it again.
I think I've told it before, but basically I just happened to be, I was back at Christmas, and normally when these are released, I'm sure you'll probably talk about when they're released, but it's normally by Christmas time, the Christmas season, they are normally no longer in stores. So I kind of like, every time I go back, Joe has made it so clear. Like, I think you've told me enough times that like it's just understood now.
Yeah.
That you are like, I don't care the price, just get it and I will give you money, you just tell me.
Yeah.
So I always have a keep an eye out, but I never expect to actually find it. And I happened to just be going to get some fridge fillers, because the problem I had was I had all these beers that were like, gone to a brewery, and I've got like, you know, I've gone to, I'm not even going to name drop the ones I've gone to, but I had to go and pick up some beers for a friend at another brewery that is very famous. So I had all these like mixed things. I thought, I need something that's cheap. Go into the local liquor store, walking around, get to a end cap, and there are 2 of these boxes. These
so
Sam Adams big fancy box. So yeah, just to show you, it's like proper fancy. You open it up there, printed everywhere.
Yeah.
Very, very delicate box to hold it and protect it. Saw 2 of those. It's like $200, and I messaged Joe, and I was like, I'm assuming that the answer is still yes, but just to double check before I commit to this, because it is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Do you still want me to buy this no matter the price? This is the price. Do you want it? And I held on to it as we walked around, and I was like, I'm going to hold this.
She's a very good friend.
And Rick will hold the other beers, and I'll just guard this while I wait. And I thought, if I don't hear from her, I'm going to err on the side of caution and just get it. And Rick's very good as well, because he put it all on his credit card.
So I was very much where am I paying you back so that I don't,
he was like
Rick's not out of pocket.
He was like, I will put it on my card. And I was like, thank you. And then you messaged back pretty quickly, like, yes, where do I send the money?
Yeah. It literally, the picture, no, like, the picture wasn't even coming, like, it came up onto it because we still Facebook Messenger each other.
Weirdly.
That's
we've had this conversation.
That's just where we do it.
We only WhatsApp when we're driving.
Yeah, and this photo came up and it was blurry while it was trying to download, and I was like,
the shape of it.
And I was like, no. I literally was like, I think I sat bolt upright on the sofa and went, and Gordon went, what's happened? And I was like, wait, and I'm like waiting for it to download, and I was like, yes, and I was just like type, and he's like, what is going on? And I was like, Tori's found a utopia.
So I got the beer.
Yeah.
And then proceeded to like the whole rest of the trip. Like Rick was like, don't like this in the car.
I kept getting updates.
I was getting anxiety,
how they were packing it,
and he was like,
sure it was fine.
he's like, I want nothing to do with I want nothing more. Like, I've paid for it. I want nothing more to do with this, because if it goes wrong, I don't want any blood on my hands. I don't want any beer blood on my hands. He was like, what if somebody sees it in the suitcase and decides to take it? Like, there's so many things that could go wrong. So I packed it, like, I literally filled socks around the inside of this box, around the beer, like everything I could do, possibly bubble wrap, everything to protect, wrapped it all in bubble wrap, the package. Because I said to Joe, look, I'll do my level best to get the box and everything back in one piece. Can't promise it won't get dented, damaged or whatever else, but I'll do my best.
Fine.
And she's like, I don't care, as long as the beer is there and it's fine. And I didn't dent it, so it's all right, actually.
Yeah, the box is still fine.
So that is what we are here today.
So here it is.
So that was the idea of we would do this episode. But why are we actually here together?
So obviously,
minus having to share it. But
obviously, like this,
the short notice nature.
This is obviously there's only one, and so we need to be in person to try it. And we've been saying we're going to try it. I didn't drink it on my birthday because we hadn't tried it together yet. But we are going to Little Earth Fest, which is in a few weeks. And I had said I would bring it to Little Earth Fest and share it with Tom. Hi, Tom. So I might pointed out the other week. I was like, we are running out of time to try this together. For my initial reaction to be captured on the podcast, because I have told Tom that I will bring it and we'll try it together.
You said you'd bring it, and then you said, so we're going to have to work out how we're going to do this, because at Little Earth Fest you can't bring beers.
Well, I also don't really want to carry this.
You don't want to carry it, you definitely don't want to carry it around, but even regardless, you can't take your own beers in. Which is totally fair.
Obviously.
And so I was like, but I'm driving someone, so it's really hard to get there early to then go to... And I'm staying there, so then I'd have to go to your
We're staying
place.
in different places.
Yes.
Not near each other.
And so it became maybe I could find some way to get to your Airbnb. Yeah. We could try it, we wouldn't record it, but we'd make our notes. And then we were like, but that just doesn't feel like it's going to work as well as
Yeah.
in the moment trying it.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like it would do it justice.
No, and so like we were just like, well, basically we need to get together before Little Earth Fest and try this.
And then we never worked out the dates.
We never worked it out. And then I don't know what we were talking.
We were talking about recording when we could record this week.
Literally, I messaged you on Monday morning. So it's currently Friday. I messaged you on Monday and was just like, we probably need to record some point this week. What time have you got free? I've got everything free but Wednesday. And so then we were like, oh, maybe we'll
I said, I've got Thursday, Friday. Should we do Friday?
Let's do Friday because like then we could do something like a bit more involved.
Higher ABV.
Do we do like mid-year check-in? Blah, blah, blah. And then you were like, but if we're both free, what if we try and meet somewhere in the middle of where we live so we can record together and we could do the Utopia?
I was having a bit of an Airbnb fest as well because I was just going on Airbnb to be like, the next few weekends, what am I doing? And I was like, light bulb.
We could get an Airbnb.
Just get an Airbnb in between our houses.
Yes.
Because I was thinking, for me to get... Because I think the idea was like, oh, when can I get some time to come to yours or whatever? But then it was like, but it's too... I've got something I've got to do on Saturday by the afternoon. So I was like, it's 2 and a bit hours to get to you. And if there's traffic, that's really a pain to get back to the thing I've got to do.
The problem usually is we don't have the chunk of time for one of us to come to the other... and then get back again because we've got something like the next day and like you don't want to rush it and blah blah blah.
Yeah, you don't want it to be rushed. No. You want it to be relaxed and fun and everything else.
We want to have a good time.
So we settled on in the middle.
Yes.
So it was about an hour and a half from you, just over an hour from me.
I found a website where you can put 2 places in and it will find something in the middle of those 2 places and you can say accommodation, like leisure things, and I was like, oh, this is a good website, and so it suggested the area that we're in today, which is about an hour from you and about an hour and a half from me.
And I love the fact that when you showed me that website, I thought it was that you found a place called Midpoint, and I was like, wow,
because it's like
what a coincidence,
no,
because it was written like it was on a map, like it said, and I was like, what a funny coincidence.
Yeah.
So that's why we are in an Airbnb trying this beer.
Yes.
Now, I will say before we go into it, I want to know how you feel, because I personally am really quite nervous because
You're terrified.
I'm really scared that I'm gonna say we've got our Sam Adams shirts on.
I've got my this is my Utopia shirt that has got and mine's got, you can't see mine, but I've got Utopias on the back of mine. So this was
the gift when I couldn't find
when she couldn't find the Utopia, she got me a Utopia t-shirt.
Yes, from the 2 Christmases before when I went to Sam Adams. But I'm scared because I talked to somebody at work who said they tried it and they were like, didn't rate it. Didn't really like it. But then they were like, but I think if you're like a really proper like beer connoisseur, like you'll enjoy it. It's the experience and everything else. And now I'm like, what if I'm not a proper beer connoisseur? Number 1. Number 2, what we're going to do with it today, I'm like, people might actually hang us for that. Because we want to try a few different ways to make the most out of it. We're not going to tell you what we're doing at the moment. But this is our way to make the most of it.
I think the thing is, if you don't know what a Utopia is, none of this is going to make any sense until we explain it. So this is a 30% beer.
Illegal in some states.
I think
it even says
on the box.
Yeah. Illegal in 15 states. Aged in barrels, 30% ABV.
Yeah. So it is different from like a air quotes regular beer.
It's brewed with maple syrup. I didn't even spot that.
Brewed with maple. I have some information about that.
Ooh.
It's not carbonated, and you can open this and then leave it. It's kind of like a spirit, kind of like a fortified wine. It's been likened to cognac or port or Madeira, which interestingly we've realised we don't know. We've never tasted any of those things.
No, I have had cognac. You've
had cognac and you don't like it. I've never
cognac,
tried any
I
of
don't
it.
like it.
Like everyone's always like, oh yeah, it kind of tastes like port, and I'm like, I don't think I've ever tried port.
I might have had port, but I don't think I have.
I don't think I have.
I think I always go, no, thank you.
And another testament to we didn't plan any of this. I was then going through making the notes for it, and then was like, I've never tried port or cognac or anything like that. Like maybe I should try and get some and try it. But I'm not buying an entire bottle of cognac for like £30 just to try it and then decide I don't like it. Yeah. I did a little bit of a scout this morning to see if I could find anywhere that was selling small bottles. Didn't find any. Magically, Tori had a tiny bottle of Madeira at her house.
I do have Madeira, yeah. I happened to go to Madeira, out of all the places, I happened to go to Madeira and happened to get some at the airport. And
So
a tiny
we've got
little
some
bit
Madeira
of
that we can try, although it's generally likened to port or cognac, but fortified wine. We're going to try Madeira and see what we think. So this is a beer, but it's like no other beer.
I remember the time I almost thought I was going to have some when I was at the Sam Adams brewery.
Oh, yes.
I'm just going to tell this story
Yeah.
real quick. When I was at the brewery, did a brewery tour. It was really great because it was like I have born and raised 15 minutes outside Boston.
Love that tour.
And never like grew up Sam Adams as a staple. Never went to the Sam Adams brewery. So I went for the first time after I left the US, like after I'd been out of the US for a decade. Went with my sister and my brother-in-law and my husband to the brewery. We did a brewery tour. It was great. And at the end of the brewery tour, you do like a tasting and a talk, and they take you to the area where you do the tasting. And they were like, and now the next one we're going to have. And they were like, I could see it. It was dark coloured. It was being passed out. And this bottle, the very unmistakable copper kettle bottle,
Yeah.
was like sat on a barrel in front, and the guy kind of like picked it up. The lid was already off it, and
Yeah.
I was like, no way. And I was like, no way they're going to give us that. There's absolutely no way they're going to give us that. And he kind of like didn't say what it was. He was just talking through
Yeah.
it. And then he was like, and we have Utopia. That is not Utopia. And I was like, oh, and I had messaged you. I messaged you a photo of me with the bottle.
Of the bottle, and I was like, you better not try that without me.
Me with the bottle,
Yeah.
and you went, you better not. And I just went, haha, jokes, that's not what it was.
It's
but
empty.
I did get excited thinking
Yeah.
like they were going to give us some, and they were like, this is not that one.
Yeah. And for those not watching the video, so it comes in
It's very
a
fancy.
ceramic bottle that looks like a copper kettle. It's even got like
It's got Sam
the
Adams
little
himself.
doors, movable doors on it, and you can see Sam Adams in it.
Camera.
He's on the bottle.
Got these little
You can
doors.
close the doors and open the doors, like even just the bottles without anything in them.
Luxury. People pay a lot of money just
People
for the
buy
bottles.
just the bottles,
Yes.
like never mind the beer inside
people
it.
people pay hundreds for just the bottles.
Yeah, so craziness. So we are going to try it today. We're going to, so because it is like a fortified wine, like a spirit, it's even to be tasted at room temperature. So this is unchilled. We're going to open it, try it. You should then let it kind of sit and open up and breathe, and then try it again. So we're going to do that. We are going to be controversial, and we're going to put a little bit in the fridge.
Because so normally, this is my fault.
For science.
Because normally, sometimes I genuinely, sometimes when I have a stout, I like to have it on the colder side. Because I like to go like, what does it taste like when it's cold? And then I like to kind of sip on it as it gets warmer and warmer and warmer. I don't do it all the time.
No.
But I like to have it slightly cold, like not fridge cold, but slightly colder than what you'd normally serve it at. Just to kind of, because I feel you really get to see the flavours develop when you do that. So I was like, why don't we try it with that? And then I think you mentioned something like I was going to try it, see if we could try it with an ice cube.
Because I wondered if you needed to put it over ice, because it's like a spirit.
And so we do have ice as well.
So we've got ice as well. So we're going to try all the things. This is a
We've got to
750.
make the most of it.
Right, this is a 750ml bottle, so we can
And
totally.
how often are we going to get to do that?
Yeah, and you only really need like a 1 to 2 ounce pour, which is like a 30 to 60 ml.
I'll be shocked if I make it through.
Right, so you only need a little bit. So this will last a long time. We're also, I'm going to try it with Tom. Tom, don't worry if you're listening. We're going to try it, don't worry.
You're going to try it, but you're not going to have all of it because we're not going to save it.
We're going to then save some.
This is your beer, and I'm like, but you can't have all of it.
So we're going to save some in about a year when we do our 2027 mid-year. We're going to try it.
We're still going.
We're going to see if we can try it again. And then see if the flavours have changed. So we are going to...
Long may we reign.
Yeah, we're taking notes.
I actually have
Tori's got a notebook set up.
pen and paper because I know that I will forget, and I
so we're going to
famously
take
don't listen to
we're
myself
actually going to take notes and then try and do it a year from now as well. I also at some point want to try and make a beer cocktail with it.
I mean, if you had told me, I would have brought cocktail things. We could have ticked that off today. But I think we'll probably make people mad enough by putting ice in it anyways. But
try that.
I hope this makes it clearer why I feel like there's a lot of pressure because of how much money it costs, how special it is, how unanimous it is in the community
Yeah.
of being like this. It's on so many people's bucket lists, and it's so hard to get. So like I'm sure you'll talk about everything to do with like the how often it's made and sold and everything. Like it is not something that you just pop down to the shop and get regularly. So I think that's where the pressure comes from, that I'm like, oh, I'm going to try this and I'm going to say things and people are going to be
that's
like,
okay.
how
you don't have to like it.
But it's not even that. Like, I'm sure I'll say something so dumb and somebody's going to be like, how dare you say that about a Utopias?
It can't be worse than when people got upset when I talked about putty, so...
That's, I don't know, maybe with our audience, maybe, but then if anyone from the wider global remit sees it, they'll be like, what? Just a lot of pressure to like it, I think.
Yeah. But that is also the thing with hype beers, though, right? There is a pressure to like them.
I want to know how you're going to feel about it, because obviously this was for me, I just always knew that's that is more expensive than I have ever like, for me, I go, more money than I've ever wanted to spend on a beer. Thankfully, you've spent the money
spent the money on the beer.
I think
it's the experience, right? And the thing for me is, Sam Adams, that's the brewery that made the first beer that made me interested in beer. And every time I've had their beers, I enjoy them. I've been to the brewery tour. Like, there are such good memories with all of the beers that I've had with Sam Adams. And then, like, this is their, like...
It's like the pinnacle
ultimate
of
pinnacle, like, hard to find beer that I don't think it really matters to me whether I like it, whether it's tasty or not. It's
do you think you're just going to be... Do you think, like, no matter what, you're just going to be like, I like it?
Yeah, I think so. I feel like, to me...
I think you're going to be like, it's amazing, and I'm going to be, like, so... apprehensive about it that I'm like looking for the things I don't feel like,
because I have such a soft spot for Sam Adams that, like, they can always do no wrong in my eyes.
Whereas my face isn't gonna lie.
Yeah.
If I do not like if I don't gel with it, you're gonna know that I don't gel with it.
But also, I just love tasting things like this and seeing, like, the way that we taste things. Like, we pull stuff apart when we taste it now. Like, it's not just is it good, is it bad? Like, we're going to be, like, it's going to be
why
nuanced.
don't I like it?
Right, it's going to be nuanced. We're going to be digging into it. Like, this isn't just a sip, like, or yay. Like, we're going to be...
I do feel like it will be like...
looking into the complexities.
I think because of the ABV, because I don't normally drink, like, spirits straight or anything like that. I'm not a big spirits person. If I'm a spirit, like, I tend to like sweeter cocktails as well and... everything, and I'm coming in with a slight bias because I've had people tell me tasting notes and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I like that. So I think I'm like already gonna come in and like one sip and be like, but maybe I'm hoping that I'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. All right, so it's got a screw-on lid that is also ceramic, and then it's also
really cool bottle.
It's also capped. I will be just stopping and taking pictures all the way along because I want to document this.
I will. It has got a proper bottle cap.
Yeah, it's got a proper cap on it. Also, I made Tori bring her whiskey glasses.
The person that just said, oh, I don't really drink spirits.
But I know that your dad does, so I know that you've got bits and pieces at your house.
Yeah, I just happen to go. I'm the one with the full bars. The person that doesn't drink spirit straight. Has the cocktail bar. But interestingly enough, I got these. You told me the name of the glassware, and I happened to get these from the whiskey tasting experience in Scotland, and it just happens to literally have the name of the glass type on the bottom.
So I was like, there are various different options that you could put it in. You can put it in a cognac snifter, a brandy balloon, a small tulip glass, or a Glencairn whiskey glass. So it's kind of like, it's like a tiny little tulipy glass.
But there's like a little knob at the bottom.
Yeah, and so because it's bold and then it's got quite a long neck where it tapers up.
You'd hold it like...
Yeah, so you're not... Again, where it's got a little fat foot. And so you're not touching the whiskey to warm it up, or, you know, whatever's inside it to warm it up. It's bold at the bottom, so it's going to open up the aromas, but then it funnels it up towards your nose when you're tasting it. So I was just like, that looks like a really great glass for this. I wonder if Tori's got any, and she did.
I do.
Because otherwise we were going to have to bring like gin balloons or like imperial stout balloons.
It does say like specifically
Snifters.
that type of glass,
Yeah,
and
so
I was
we've
like,
got-
oh, so I do. have it.
So Tori brought the fancy glassware for us as well.
I did.
There is a Utopia's glass that
Oh,
looks like a slightly bigger one of these.
They did not sell that.
No, and
Right,
also
but-
I reckon they're pretty emotional. So getting it back from the US would probably give you even more anxiety.
No, it would have been okay because I would have put it in my carry-on.
Oh, okay.
So I would have just held it the whole.
Yeah, they look pretty
Right.
delicate and emotional. So
They probably are
I
emotional,
will probably
but you
never get one of those.
probably have to fight people for
Yeah,
them.
I think they're pretty hard to get. I think they're almost as hard to get hold of as the beer.
They're probably nearly as expensive.
So we'll use a Glencairn whiskey glass instead. All right, drum roll. We're going to open
We're
it.
still recording. We
We
need
are
to
still
double check
just
because
double
this is
checking.
like one.
Because
one
this is
small-
one shot of this, and that's it. Okay, so it's got a bottle.
It looks like a light bulb. If you
does
look
look
at
like
it,
a light
it looks
bulb.
like a light bulb.
Yeah, because it's got that script. Right, so it's got a proper like a.
I wonder if you could turn that into a light
You
fixture.
probably could.
Like if you took the bottom out,
Yeah, you probably could.
that could screw into a light
Yeah.
fixture and the light bulb would go underneath. Not that I'm a genius or anything, but you could turn that into a really cool lamp.
I'm sure people have. Okay, right, we're cracking it. Here we go. We're doing it. You ready?
Yeah, that's why I've got brains.
Of course, it's not carbonated, so there's no satisfying.
There's no satisfying anything.
Oh,
I'm
I can
gonna
smell it
I'm
already.
gonna let you have first. But I just was so curious.
Yeah, it smells like.
Will you
proper
hold it? I'm
booze.
scared. Yeah, I just feel like no.
It smells like
so it
booze.
smells. I would say it doesn't.
Ooh.
For me, it smells like a really intense barrel aged stout.
Yes.
Like a really
Like high ABV.
proper aged imperial
I'm getting.
stout. Because there's a little tiny bit of like funk and fruit in it.
Yeah,
Like dried fruit.
yeah.
Or like
I'm getting a bit of soy sauce.
yeah,
Like
I could see.
umami.
Yeah, I could see that. Or like a bit of maybe like quite burnt caramel.
Yeah, or like the maple syrup.
Yes, the maple. Yeah, that's. I could see that, the maple syrup.
You know what? It doesn't smell bad. I feel like you're freaking out for no reason.
It smells more like maple syrup. Which
Yeah, yeah.
Can we have a moment here that's not related to Utopias?
Yes.
I made a statement
Yes.
that I stick by.
Yeah.
The fact that coolant, if you have a coolant problem with your car,
It smells like maple syrup.
it smells like maple syrup. I feel like I got done dirty by you and Rick. Because you were both like, I don't know where that comes. Like Rick knew exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
He was like, no, like I don't know where you got that from.
Yeah.
I got a comment from Ruth
Yeah.
in a text message about something to do with it, and I then asked Gemini.
Oh yeah.
I was like, "Hey Gemini, could this indicate if you smell maple syrup, could it be a coolant problem?" And Gemini said, "Yes, that is a
Oh.
common aroma that you can get if there's a." It gave me a breakdown of what it was
Yeah.
and why, and I will tell you when we're not recording. I'm going to show you that because it is sciencey terms,
believe you.
and I was like, "Yes, like." It's
Do you
using
feel-
science
do you
terms and
feel
everything,
vindicated?
and all this is to say because I
smells
do
like
smell
coolant.
maple syrup. It does smell a bit like
Smells
coolant.
like coolant.
But it does smell like, I wouldn't say it smells like spirits or anything like I wouldn't, it doesn't smell as aggressive as I would expect for 30%.
Yeah.
It just smells like a barrel, like a quite high ABV. Like I would
Yeah.
say it's probably, throwing out a number, like 18 is what pops into my
Yeah.
brain. Like an 18%
Yeah.
to like super
Like the high,
imperial
yeah,
stout.
yeah.
And I kind of expect it to be a bit, maybe like a little bit funky.
Yeah.
Bit tart, a bit funky, I think. Just
Alright.
from that smell.
I'm gonna pour some.
Okay.
This is. I
You
feel
pour
like this
both
is
of them. You
actually
pour
quite
both of them 'cause I'm
difficult
scared.
to pour because of the shape of the glass. I'm not gonna put very much in.
I'm like getting ready to catch with any.
Like, we're literally doing like
Tiny baby paws.
tiny baby pours.
Yeah.
Pop as that. I just want to
Yep.
just wipe the neck there. There we go. Literally no carbonation whatsoever.
It literally just looks like
Ooh,
looks
look
like a
at
glass
that.
of Diet Coke.
Look at the legs though. It is like sticking
Yeah.
to the glass.
I'm hoping this comes out in the camera, right?
Yeah. Like it's got legs, as they like to say. And it, like they're not even running.
days.
They're not even running down the glass.
And it's not
like
coloured.
they're sticking. No.
And I would say it's not really like a coloured...
No.
You know how sometimes the stout, it would be like slightly brown tinted. It's clear,
it's
as if you were doing this with
and it's like it's just
liquor.
Stuck to the glass. Like it's barely moving.
I would say if you just saw this, just again, I'll show that visually. Like if you saw this, it looks like this could be lethal, because if this was just poured in a normal glass, it kind of just looks like Diet Coke.
It does kind of look like Diet Coke. I feel like
like flat Diet Coke.
It just to me, it could just be a whiskey.
If I didn't smell it,
Or
it could be flat Diet Coke. For me, it's too, from the whiskies and Scott, like from any of like the whiskey families that I've had, it's too dark for it to be. From me,
more whiskey connoisseur.
I'm definitely not a whiskey connoisseur by any means, but I would say, looking at it, it's for me too dark for. I think you can get ones that are that dark.
Yeah.
I just haven't had them personally. And it's like more, you can't see through it at all.
Yeah.
Smells though. So I get why it's cognac.
Yeah. Like.
It smells like a spirit.
Smells like a spirit. I'm getting like some oakiness.
I just get really heavily the maple syrup. Like
there
that
is
maple syrup.
Dried fruit.
Yeah, dried fruit for sure. It's less sweet. I think the maple syrup's more aggressive when it's funneled through there than it is here. I don't know. It smells less.
I keep expecting it, when I stick my nose in it, I keep expecting it to give me that like oakiness that you get from a whiskey, and it's sweeter than that.
Yeah, I think it's very heavily dry. It actually, for me, thinking about it, processing it out loud, it actually smells a little bit more like barley wine.
Yes.
It smells like barley wine to me.
Yeah.
Looks like barley wine.
Yeah. It's very dark.
So I get now when you said fortified wine. I don't really know much about fortified wine. I don't really understand what that is, but I could see very much how this would be. This, for me, if somebody handed me a glass of this, again, if this were in a normal glass, I might think it's flat Diet Coke. But if this were in this type of glass or I was smelling it, I would assume someone's just handed me a barley wine. Which we do have another beer that we were going to drink later. That potentially it was a port aged beer that you've got that maybe we will splice in at the end of this somewhere if we taste it and it
see if there's any
feels like there's any similarities that are worth talking about. So I've not tasted it yet.
I feel like if anybody gave you that, there's no way you'd say that was a beer.
I would say it was barley wine.
Alright, you ready? Cheers!
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. She's like thick.
I took the baby's thimble of a sip because I was afraid that it would be too aggressive. I mean, there's the alcohol warmth.
Yeah.
It's very maple syrup to me.
Yeah.
I get a lot of maple syrup sweetness.
Like the body is syrupy.
It's very what's the word that I want? Cloying the word I want? Yeah. Not quite, but like that's the word that I feel like fits the best. It does. It tastes like a barley wine amped up.
Yeah.
More maple syrup than I've had in most barley wines. Very warmth. I wouldn't say burn. I would just say
warmth. Yeah, definitely warmth.
A spirit warmth.
Like, and it's got that malt. Like, there's a malt backbone in there that you don't get from a spirit, or you don't get from a wine. Like, it's definitely a beer because there's malt in there.
It's that like dried fruit element as well. But I think the maple syrup comes through so much more aggressively in the taste than it smelled it in the bottle, but then in the glass it didn't. But then it tastes very maple syrupy. But it doesn't taste like car coolant, so that's good. I feel like it actually probably wouldn't taste that bad with some ice.
Yeah.
I think it might make a really good iced beverage.
I think this would be really good in a cocktail.
It probably would.
Can you imagine an old fashioned made with this?
I'm just trying to imagine how people would react to the fact that you're like, yes, I've made this cocktail and I've made it with my Utopia. Like that just says to me, 1%.
Doesn't it?
That just reeks of like 1% of like, oh yes, my utopias, and I just put it in a cocktail because it means nothing to me. $200 is nothing to me. We don't have that kind of money.
I mean, I'm not putting it in a punch bowl. Jesus.
That would be fantastic. Can you imagine?
All right. So let's leave this to open up a little bit, and we will revisit it. Let's get into the nitty gritty of it. So while that opens up for us a little bit more, let's go into some history of Sam Adams and the Boston Beer Company, and the Utopias themselves. So the Boston Beer Company was founded in 1984 by Jim Cook and Rhonda Coleman. Cook was a sixth grade.
He was a sixth grader. That would be scary.
Was a sixth generation brewer, rediscovering his great grandfather Lewis Cook's lager recipe in his family's attic. He adapted that recipe, and it then became Sam Adams Boston Lager. The first public release of Sam Adams Boston Lager took place on Patriots' Day on April 15th, 1985 in Boston. Just weeks later, it was voted Best Beer in America at the Great American Beer Festival. I mean, I think it's great. So, what more endorsement do you need than I think it's great? That helped to establish what would become one of the defining breweries of the American craft beer movement. Unlike many breweries that built facilities immediately, Boston Beer initially contracted production at existing breweries before eventually opening its own brewing operations. Today, the company owns a portfolio that includes Sam Adams, Angry Orchard, Dogfish Head, Truly, and Twisted Tea, making it one of the largest craft-focused beverage companies in the United States. Now,
I didn't know that about, like, I didn't know all of those.
Yeah, it owns a lot of brands.
Because, like, I've had Dogfish Head quite a bit and stuff like that, because that's easy to come across. But Angry Orchard, it's one of the only US hard ciders.
Yeah.
And that was, we don't have many hard ciders, which is just cider over here. And I drank Angry Orchard quite a lot, like, when I was back in the US.
I think if Sam Adams were over here, I don't think they would necessarily be considered craft anymore.
It's very interesting how the different markets consider what's craft and what isn't. Yeah,
because but they're still owned. Like, they're not owned by one of the big globals. They are still.
I think they would. Like, I think that they would be, like, in spirit.
Yeah.
In spirit's maybe not the right word. Like, fundamentally, they are. Yeah. Craft.
They're independent.
Right. But I think over here you're right in that there's a perception that, like, it's not just about being independent. Especially because they own so many other companies as well. Or they've bought so many other companies for their portfolio. It's not just about that.
Yeah.
And so the level they brew at is probably, like, people wouldn't take them. Maybe not seriously, that's not what I mean, but they wouldn't put them in the same market. Because it's not fair to pit somebody that's brewing at that level, that volume, against somebody that's brewing much smaller.
However, I don't care, I still love them.
I do still drink them regularly.
So the history of Utopias. So Sam Adams Utopias were first released in 2001 as an attempt to answer a provocative question. How far can beer be pushed without it becoming a distilled spirit?
Interesting.
So Jim Cook's goal was to create a beer unlike anything that existed at the time. One that would challenge assumptions about strength, aging potential, complexity and presentation. Since its debut, Utopias has been released only periodically, so generally every 2 years you'll get a new round. And with each edition, blending beers of different ages and barrel histories. So people say that it isn't a beer, but Jim Cook has been quoted as saying, "I know it's a beer because I have to pay a nickel deposit on the bottle in Massachusetts."
It's true, you do have to.
Yeah.
You do pay a fee. But then you take what's hilarious is, like, so you pay that deposit.
Yeah.
And the idea is, like, when you recycle your cans, you get that deposit back.
Yeah.
50% of the people can't be asked to take their cans back. But can you imagine taking back a Utopia's body? Like, I would like that.
Mate, sell it on eBay, you'll get way more than a nickel back. Anyway, So the version we've got here is the 2025 version. It is the 14th edition of the Utopias and represents more than 2 decades of experimentation with fermentation, aging, and blending. So why are Utopias so unique? I hear you say.
Why are they so unique?
Wonderful. So it reaches spirit-like strength without distillation. So I thought that this was like ice distilled or something. It's a technical achievement that Utopia's reached 30% ABV. Like, some of them have been in the 20s. This one is at 30%.
Do you think when it's less than 30%, they're like disappointed because they're like, shit, now it's legal?
But I wonder. I think they've reached up to 30, so I think it's been like 25, 26%.
I wonder like how many states it's illegal in when it's 26 versus 30.
But it still remains a beer. So the alcohol is produced entirely through fermentation rather than distillation.
So that is interesting.
Yeah, so they use specialised brewing and fermentation techniques, including multiple yeast strains capable of surviving extraordinarily high alcohol environments, and they add in maple syrup. So in 1000, so I've looked up what books this is in, so we'll get to that at the end. But in 1001 Beers to Try Before You Die, they say that Boston beer uses an insane, quoting,
I love those, like
quote,
that measurement,
insane
amount
of barley plus maple syrup to produce a wort that is 48 degrees Plato, which is like an unheard of level of like sugar. So that's a measurement of the sugars.
I was like, what even?
Yeah. So that's
like a philosopher's
stupidly,
level.
It's stupidly high. And so then I've got they gave me a little chart that's like a comparison of typical ABVs in various different types of beer. So your standard lager is 45%. On the other end,
see these figures and I'm like, oh my goodness.
On the other end, a cognac is like 40%, maybe more. Imperial stout is 8 to 12%. A barley wine is usually 10 to 15%. Utopias are up to 30%. The one that we are drinking is 30%. So,
which is, I think, quite interesting because I've likened it so far to barley wine, and I do stick by that at the moment with what I've had. And I truly don't feel like it yes, there's that alcohol. Yeah. I don't even want to say burn, but it's more than warmth. But I think it's more than warmth.
Yeah.
Spirit warmth, I think is what it was like described as, a spirit warmth.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's 2 times the ABV of barley wine.
No.
Like, it doesn't feel like a barley wine's between 10 and 15, and this is double that. That just doesn't feel the same. Yeah.
So also, the beer is barrel aged. So the beer spends years aging in a variety of casks. The 2025 release incorporates barrels that have previously held ruby port, Carcavelis wine, cognac, Scotch whisky, Irish whisky, Amarone wine, and white port. And some of the barrels used in the process are nearly 3 decades old.
That's wild.
So they'll do a Solera-like blending. So we've talked about Solera blending when we did our Beers That Taste Like Wine episodes.
Oh, yeah.
So it's where they take old and young batches and blend them together. And so they do that with the Utopias. So it's not a single batch. Sam Adams blends young beers with older vintages, meaning portions of very old Utopias can continue influencing future releases. Some components in the recent editions have been aged for up to 30 years.
That's crazy. I always find blending really interesting. Like, when I went to Cantillon, and they were talking about the blending that happens there, and I think I asked a question of how, on the tour, I was like, how long does someone train to do blending like that? And it's just it's varying.
You just
and
taste it.
But I'm like, how do you go about doing that? And they're like, well, they just taste it, and it's either they want to blend it,
they like it or they don't.
It's just like that to me. How you even get that skill set? It's blows my mind.
And what if you leave it too long and then that barrel's no good?
It, to me, the blending is magic, and it is just very interesting. Like, that's not a thing that I think you can just train for.
Yeah,
It's just you just do it for, because they were like, yeah,
It's
they
like
just
really
do it
good
from
chefs,
experience.
right?
Yeah, like our person has been here doing it for
Yeah.
X amount of years, but it's not like they went on a training course to be a beer blender.
Yeah, they just learn how to do it. Like it's people with really good palates, and like chefs who are just like naturally talented, like really good beer blenders. I think are just naturally talented. Anyway. Another aspect of the Utopias is that they are not carbonated. Most beer drinkers, when they try them, are expecting that carbonation that you get in almost all beers, but these are intentionally non-carbonated, and they serve more like a fortified wine, a cognac, or an aged spirit. Sam Adams recommends serving it at room temperature, which is what we have done here, and a 1 or 2 ounce pour, so that's 30 to 60 mils, from a snifter or cognac glass, or a Glencairn whiskey glass like we have. I don't know what a 30 to 60 ml pour looks like. I reckon that's probably what we did, right?
Yeah.
What does a 1 or 2 ounce pour look like?
I don't think in ounces
anymore.
And this is the problem, is I don't think it, like, my brain doesn't know what to think in.
Yeah.
And it's like the same thing of when it will be like this many kilometres. I'm like, what does that mean?
I don't know what that means, yeah.
What does that mean? How many ounces? I don't know.
Yeah. So why are the Utopias so sought after? Not just because I'm a crazy person and I just thought it was cool and wanted. I mean, I think that's part of it. Like
they are cool.
They've hyped up and people just think like they look cool. It's a really interesting experience.
Make a light bulb out of it. Like make a lamp out of it.
Like it's just interesting. I think that really taps into craft beer drinkers, right? We want to try interesting. We want to try things that push the boundaries.
Yep.
Things that are complex. I think that's my personal insight as to why I think they're so sought after. Also, there's a scarcity factor. They're only released every 2 years in limited quantities and packaged in individually numbered ceramic containers. She says, trying to see if she can see the number. I think it's on this little tag.
It might be on the tag. Yeah.
No. Is it on the bottom?
Yes. Number. Oh, the bottom's really cool, but I can't show it to you. 13, number 13759, so 13,759.
Oh yeah, that is
So
printed in gold.
I can't really show the bottom of it to the camera without. I'll try.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Let me put the lid back on.
Put
if
the
I'm
lid
gonna
back
show.
on. Yeah,
It's stressful.
Don't chuck my Utopia all over the floor.
Can you imagine? Sorry, Tom.
Yeah, right. Yeah, on the video, like you can see, it's printed on the bottom, and then in gold it says what number it is.
Yeah.
So they're individually numbered, and collectors often, as we said, purchase the bottles. Collectors often purchase bottles immediately upon release. So they like, this is why I was so surprised that you got it, because I just didn't. They go so.
They
quickly.
normally go very quickly.
They normally
go
very quickly. Like, I don't think they get very far out of Massachusetts, right?
They don't. I think if it's certain amounts that get sent to like certain places. I mean, that's what happens with a lot of things.
What I've heard, like when I've been previously trying to see if I can find one. I don't need to now because I've had one. But I've heard like people like have to be very close to their bottle shop owner, and have a very friendly relationship, so that like it's who you know to try and get hold of one.
My understanding is actually a lot of them are sold out, and I could be wrong, but what I feel like this is all like the myth, the rumour mill,
the myths,
the myths and laws of Utopias. I've heard like a lot of them are just sold from the brewery directly, because each like stores just have such limited stocks in, and I think like with a lot of these really popular beers, like these ones, Bourbon Counties, like all that, they get such limited stock in, and they never kind of know. They know what they're expecting to get, but it's very short notice of when they're expecting to get it. And I actually imagine that based on the conversations I've had with things not Utopias, with local shops, local liquor stores around me, I think it's less that people actually hold the beers. Yeah. But it's more like they'll try to tip somebody off and be like, it's here, like,
come get it.
Come get it, because they can't really hold it.
Yeah.
So it's
Like,
if you want it is here now,
have
and
a
people
good
have
relationship with your
to
bottle
drop
shop
what they're doing
person.
and go and
Yeah.
get it. But I don't think they actually have. I could be wrong on the Utopias, but I don't think they actually get much. Maybe not everywhere. Some places maybe do, but I don't think they get much notice either. That it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you're getting this many in,
Right.
and then it's really interesting. But from what I heard, a lot of them do come straight from the brewery, and you have to go to the brewery to get them. But I could be wrong.
And it's got such a reputation. Like, it's like, there's a reason why it's on my bucket list. It's on other people's bucket list. Like, people get them and then just have a massive group of people around and just everybody tries a bit.
That's got to be really hard though, because it's like you kind of want to save it because you kind of want to be like, how does this age? And then like if you get another batch, and then like, do you drink it right away, or do you like hold on to it for a bit and then drink it? Like that for me would be the stressful situation, because I'd be like, it's so expensive. What's the right way to do it?
And I feel like I saw someone who was just like, oh yeah, tried this and a couple of different ones at a bottle show the other night. And I was like, what crazy person has ended up with more than one, has held on to them and then been like, here is a bottle share, let's just try like several of them.
Unless it's somebody that has bought like 2 bottles, right? So. Like somebody's got 2 bottles in the moment.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, save this one and I'll drink this one, and like their friends have done the same.
I hope they enjoyed it and they had a lovely time.
Would you, at this point in time, would you spend another 200 again to get another one?
I don't think I would.
Because you'd be like,
because
I've ticked
done it now.
Not because you don't enjoy it, but because you're like, I've done it, tick.
I've done it. Like, unless it was a version that, because literally, because there's so few of them, you don't even really hear like what this year's batch is.
Yeah.
To be like, do I want that one? Do I want to wait for another one?
You either have to risk
I was
it
just
and
like,
get it.
It's a Utopia, buy it. Like there was one, I think it might have been the one that was 2 years ago, was like aged on like cherries or something.
Ooh.
Now that one would have been like amazing.
They do have like really
to try,
big
right?
fodders there as
well.
well.
Yeah, but you don't know what it's gonna be, so
this one's maple syrup.
Right. So I just went for it. So
I didn't even know that when I got it.
Like if you know one turned up and it had like amazing flavours, then maybe
if
I
they
would.
were like
but
all the cinnamon.
I mean, maybe like,
I would.
But you've got to. It's got to be available, and you've got to be able to get it, right? So
yeah,
I've ticket. I've done it. Sam Adams itself describes it as a beer that belongs on serious beer drinkers' bucket lists. This is what scared you, wasn't it?
But can you this is the part that scared me. But like, can you self-proclaim that it's like,
I'm a serious beer drinker.
Our beer belongs on serious. Because everyone's going to say that.
Yeah,
everyone's
going to say that. Yeah.
But yeah, that is the part that I think scared me, is that the price tag of it combined with the notoriety of it, combined with the complexity of it.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, we weren't recording at the time, but I was making notes and I was like smelling it, and like the more I was smelling it as well, the more I was getting like the vinegary type notes in the aroma, and like the tanniny flavours tasting it. And it was just like, when we were initially talking through the first few sips, like that wasn't, I didn't have enough time to really formulate my thoughts to articulate that aspect of it, because I mean, the aroma and the flavour are quite complex in that way. It's very layered.
Yeah.
And I think that's what made me a little bit nervous, is like, because the complexity could end up being in your favour or against you depending on what you like and don't like. I was like, oh, if I don't like this and I go on to this like, this should be on everyone's bucket list, and then I'm like, I don't like it.
It's fine. Another reason that makes it so sought after is the controversy around it, because it's supposed to be illegal in 15 states.
Yes, supposedly. I don't know if that's
supposedly. We don't know if that's accurate.
And I don't even know what the states are. It's not like they say illegal in 15 states and here's the states. It's just like illegal in 15 states.
Yeah, they say it is. I don't know. I'm not finding out what those 15 states are. And also, it's collectible. Like, people, as we've said, people just buy the ceramic bottle themselves.
I'm going to see if anyone's made... Well, while you talk through, I'm going to see if anybody's made a light out of it.
Jim himself has always received bottle number 1, in case you were interested. And, interestingly, the numbering system has become part of the tradition and employee hire order determines what bottle number you can have.
Oh, interesting.
And Jim always gets number 1. Obvs.
If you weren't getting number 1, I'd be like, you're not doing business right, are you? I wonder if he like really enjoys it as well. Like, do you think that he's like?
Do you think he's
don't
over
actually
it
like
now?
that?
Like maybe he's over
actually
it now.
like
He's
it
like,
that
oh,
much.
another utopia. What am I going to do with this one? So I've got some so obviously normally when we do these I'll do like a style tasting notes, but this is kind of outside the realms of tasting, like
there's no style
BJCP style guidelines, right? This is outside of that, like it doesn't sit in with any of these. Actually, what does it what style does it go under on Untapped? I should have looked that up.
I'm gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm looking up to see if anyone's made any lights or anything out of it. Not a like it is literally all just photos of
the bottle.
The bottle on its own with a glass or whatever, and I'm like,
oh, so it is. Oh, interestingly, oh no, that's a different one. So they are under Strong Ale American.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
that's probably not what I would have. I would have thought barley wine, if anything.
So I've just put in Utopias. So obviously there's the different years. Like they do have, it comes in vintages under the Utopias each year, but also, so there's Utopias, which is a strong ale. There was a Utopias barrel aged 120 minute IPA. So that's obviously with Dogfish Head, because their famous beer is 120 minute IPA. And that comes in under an IPA quadruple. There is a Utopia's barrel aged worldwide stout, which is another Dogfish Head collaboration. That was an imperial stout. This year's one is marked as a strong ale. The Utopia's aged on cherries that I was talking about, is down as a doppelbock.
Ooh,
I don't know what that is.
Interesting.
And then there's a Utopia's barrel aged Paolo Santo Marron, which is a brown ale other. I think that one might be in there. I think that might be mislabelled. But yes, so normally it is a strong ale American. But because it is so unique, I didn't get style guidelines for it. But I do have like notes on Utopias.
I do have the 15 states supposedly.
Oh yeah,
this is the AI summary, because I've started to validate through the links, but then it's like, you know, when you click on a recipe and it was like, let me tell you when me and my nan used to make this recipe, and you're like, oh my god, just get to the states.
Just give me the recipe.
It says the 15 states. So it says because Sam Adams Utopias is illegal to sell in 15 states because of its extreme high alcohol content, which clocks in at 30. Many states have strict legal caps on the ABV a beverage can have while still being classified as a beer or malt beverage. So that's why it's illegal. Yeah, it's because it's classified as a beer, but it's too high alcohol to be a beer. Okay. So it says the 15 states where it is banned include Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Idaho, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, New Hampshire, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Oregon, South Carolina, Utah, Vermont, and West Virginia.
I was going to say all the boring states, but Oregon's on there.
Vermont's
Vermont's not boring either.
New Hampshire's alright.
Yeah, New Hampshire's okay.
It's alright. But Vermont's not boring, especially in terms of beer.
That's not true either. So that's a really like random.
It's a really random
list.
I was going to say there's a lot of places that aren't boring that are on that list. It's just like
it's a really random list.
Just random.
So there you go. 15 states that it is legal in because it's a beer.
Because it's classified as beer. It's not the ABV. It's not like they're like, can't have it because it's 30%. Can't have it because it's a beer. That is 30%.
It's a beer that's 30%. So again, proves that it's a beer. So because there isn't any style guidelines specifically, I do have tasting notes about Utopias themselves. So I pulled up what Sam Adams says about the 2025 version. So they said, we make Utopias to challenge the perception of what beer can be. This boundary-bending, barrel-aged beer blurs the line between beer and fine spirit. At 30%, it's the badass of our brewery.
Oh, that's the thing though. It's like you can't... Yeah, that does give me the ick.
Right, yeah.
That does give me the ick a bit, is when you're like, oh, it's a badass... No.
Wait, its reputation puts it on every beer drinker's bucket list. Oh, God. It's like saying, I'm cool.
Yeah. It is. It's not cool, but
also,
it's like trying to make fetch happen.
Yeah, they're trying to make the badass of the brewery happen. So while Utopias has long matured in charred whiskey barrels, some with history stretching back nearly 3 decades, our 2025 blend ventures even further. Joining our traditional ruby port, carcavalas, cognac and Scotch casks for the 2025 version, they were also in Irish whiskey, Amarone and white port barrels.
I don't know what Amarone is.
I've got a little description
Oh.
because I didn't know what some of these things were either. So
I know cognac, but I was like, Amarone's a new one.
Each adding its own distinct character. Irish whiskey brings notes of toasted oak and warm vanilla. Amarone contributes rich wine-soaked fruit depth, and white port imparts a delicate honeyed sweetness. So I didn't know what some of those things were.
Oh, but like just that part, I'm like, oh, so that visual of the wine-soaked fruit,
Yeah.
like that, I feel like
that,
really
yeah.
resonates with that.
Yeah, and like maybe that maple that we're picking up is actually like the honeyedness
Yeah.
of it. So yeah, I didn't know what some of those things were, so I did do a little search to understand what some of those things were, because I felt like there might be people like me who didn't know what some of those things were. So Carcavelis wine, that is a wine that is fortified with a distilled grape spirit to bring the wine up to an alcohol level of 18 to 20%. And then the Vinho Abafado is added back in to add sweetness to the wine.
I would guess that's Vino Abafado. I feel like I'll put my name on that.
Thank you.
Vino Abafado.
There you go.
That's I won't often put
Thank
my name
you,
against
yeah.
pronunciations. I'll put my name against that one.
The Carcavelis wines are then aged in oak barrels for 3 to 5 years to give the wines a tawny colour and a nutty flavour. And so then those barrels, once that wine's been taken out, has been used for the Utopias. Cognac is a type of brandy. A spirit made from fruit. It is made exclusively with grapes that are known for their exceptional aromatic properties, grown in the Cognac region of France.
Grapes are wild, aren't they?
Right?
Can we just talk about, like, we think hops are wild.
Right.
Grapes
like
are
in this particular
wild.
field, 3 inches to the left, that's the grapes that are
Like,
wild.
this is insane. It is like, I understand
Yeah.
like terroir and stuff, but then it's like, you've got
Yeah.
like a green grape and a red grape and a black grape. And then you're like, oh, and then they also
These
can
are
be
known for their
raisins.
aromatic properties.
And then they're like, oh, and here's all the different kinds. And then
Yeah.
the kind you have that you make wine out of
Yeah.
has to be the right kind of
Yeah.
wine. I'm
Yeah.
like, grapes are insane.
Amarone. Amarone is a dried grape wine made using the appassimento method, a process whereby grapes are left to dry for several months and then pressed once they have lost between 40 to 50% of their original weight. And apparently that does something to it. So there you go. We are not.
I do like that. Like,
We are not a
I'm not
woman's
grape-
wine.
I'm not grape shaming. I love the fact that like once they have lost between 40 to 50% of their original weight, then they can be pressed.
Right, not before.
So grapes are wild.
And then white port is a lesser known sibling of the iconic ruby and tawny ports. It originates from the Douro Valley in Portugal and is crafted predominantly from white grape varieties. Ruby port is young, fruity and vibrant with a
Like
deep
me.
crimson hue. This style also includes vintage, late bottle vintage, which can be abbreviated to LBV, and crusted port.
I don't like that
Sounds
one.
delicious.
That one doesn't sound good.
Ooh.
I was like, yeah, I identify with that. And then like,
Yeah,
and
not
then
that
they're
one.
like crusted port. And I'm like, not that one, no.
All aged for different lengths of time to produce more complex flavours. And then Irish whiskey is a whiskey made in Ireland, shockingly. They must be aged for a minimum of 3 years in wooden cask and bottled at a minimum of 40% alcohol. The category is growing again after a 20th century decline. And then Scotch. Scotch whiskey is a distilled spirit made in Scotland from cereals, water and yeast. And then, according to the Sam Adams and Boston Beer Company websites,
I've got this at the ready
You
now
got
that
it?
it's opened
Ready?
up.
okay, so the Utopias present in aroma, rich caramel, oak, dried fruit, vanilla, subtle smoke, citrus notes, and wine-like complexity.
I get wine-like complexity. It's very tanniny. When I go to
Yeah,
smell
oak.
it, it's like my nose hairs are burning.
Yeah,
like
you
when
you
you're
get the
doing this,
alcohol like in your nose.
it is
Yeah,
in there.
like it's a thing.
It's not as
like
if
it's physically present.
it's the same. It doesn't smell like nail varnish
No.
or anything like that, but it's the same reaction
twang.
if you like.
Yeah.
I would say like if you're huffing nail varnish.
Why are you huffing nail varnish?
I'm
Reba?
not
Do we need to have a conversation about
Not
this?
huffing nail varnish, but like it's that thing of like when it gets in your nose, and
Yeah,
you're like,
ooh,
ooh,
yeah.
it's like that, but like with
Yeah.
a nicer smell around it, because I do think you get the dried
Yeah.
fruit. I don't really get the smoke, the subtle
I don't
smoke.
get smoke, no.
I can't.
too
It's really hard.
subtle.
It's really hard to smell because every time you go in for it,
You're
I'm like, I get a little bit, I guess, rich caramel. I don't
yeah.
necessarily get oak. Dried fruit, yes. Vanilla,
oak.
I can see vanilla
I
because
get vanilla.
maybe that oak element is when you get vanilla from wood,
Yeah.
not a vanilla
Yeah.
pod. It's
Yeah.
that type of vanilla.
Yeah.
But the subtle smoke I don't get. And
I
I'm
don't get
not
smoke.
sure if I get citrus.
I don't get citrus either.
But I do get like wine-like complexity. It's very like tannin heavy. Vinegary, almost.
Yeah, yeah. I do get a bit of oak, but yeah, I don't get subtle smoke.
I can see where the oak's coming, but I think for me the oak and the vanilla are intertwined because I'm thinking vanilla from wood.
Yeah. So flavour.
Oh, I do get maple syrup as well when
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like the further away from the glass I am.
Like you said Coke, and now I get that kind of
I'm
like
getting Coke.
cokey sweetness.
I do, yeah. It's like vanilla Coke.
Yeah. Yes, vanilla Coke.
Vanilla
okay.
Coke. But that could be a trick of the eyes. But I do think the maple syrup is more the further away you are from it. The
Yeah.
more I get maple and proper vanilla,
Yeah.
and that's when the Coke smell comes in.
Yes.
And it's when you get closer to it, it becomes far more tannin heavy, wine-like, rich, dried fruit.
Yeah. All right, you ready for flavour?
Yes.
So flavour, they say, is dark fruit, raisin, your favourite.
Love it. I don't mind it in beer.
Yeah, you don't mind it in beer.
It's the texture.
Fig, port wine character, cognac-like warmth, honeyed sweetness, toasted oak, and caramelised malt.
Okay, let's go in with...
Okay,
It's
so this has
opened
been
up now.
open, yeah, what, like 20 minutes?
More
Half
than,
an hour?
More than 20 minutes. Probably like 45 minutes.
I feel like that like initial booziness has settled.
Nah.
Like it's still there, but I was just like, it was like booze. And now I'm like, oh, there's a nice kind of like
Oh no.
warmingness. I'm getting more wood and vanilla.
I'm getting more wood in the taste. There's almost... I'm going to say something really weird because it's not on here at all. Almost a bit like in the aftertaste, a bit minty.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Yeah, no. So you've said this before when we've had something boozy, and I can't remember what I decided it was.
It's just a tiny... It's like
I know what you
touch of... Like a tiny touch of mint. Like not spearmint, but like a fresh mint. I do get like raisin. I do get... For me, I do still get like spirit warmth.
Yeah.
Alcohol-y taste. But it's definitely a lot more wooded. I get that toasted oak. I think I get that honeyed sweetness.
Yeah.
And I do get like raisin, fig. Can't comment on the port.
Yeah.
Cognac like warmth, absolutely. Camelot, yeah, I think I would agree on all of it, except maybe not so much dark fruit. Maybe not so much, I don't know. I think probably dark fruit's the only thing I'm probably not getting. It's more dried fruit than like a proper dark fruit.
Yeah.
And then this weird aftertaste of this touch of mint.
I think the caramelized malt is the thing, right? Because without that malt, I'll be like, this is a spirit, this is a spirit. That maltiness is just making me be like, yeah, there is a bit of a beer character in it.
I don't know if I taste any beer character. Well, I do, because I still maintain the mint taste is gone now. It was just that one weird hit. I still maintain it's barley wine.
Yeah.
It really, for me, fits the profile of
very, very, very strong barley wine.
Yeah, of a very strong barley wine. Like it's the experience of the first time I ever had barley wine, and I didn't.
And you didn't like
it at the time.
Yeah.
But now that now I can drink those same barley wines that I was like, it reminds me of that, because to me those tasted so much more stronger than they taste now. So
yeah, I do feel like it sits in that category with like if you like a barley wine, you'd like this.
I think so for sure.
Yeah. In mouthfeel, full-bodied, silky, non-carbonated, spirit-like. I agree.
I wouldn't say full-bodied. I don't feel it's full-bodied.
No, I would say it's syrupy.
Yeah, I think the reason I say no is because I've just been taking little baby sips. Like, not enough to really get, like, a proper mouthful of it. So it's harder to tell. But yeah, like, going back and specifically, like, focusing on that, I think you're right. But definitely not carbonated. No. I would say it's silky.
Yeah, I would say
it's silky. I would say it's spirit-like.
Yeah, I would say it's spirit-like.
And the more I taste it, the more sweet the notes are as well, and the more boozy it becomes. And I'm just like, oh, I definitely, more than this tiny pour we had.
What about if we put this over ice cream?
Oh yeah, if you had a scoop of
vanilla, really good vanilla ice cream.
Yeah, just a tiny
with
bit.
A little bit.
If you made like a little float, or like an affogato style. Yeah, this poured over a tiny bit of ice cream. Yeah,
I think it'd be amazing.
Agree.
Haven't got any ice cream.
We don't have any ice cream.
Finish long, warming. Yes. Layered with oak, fruit, and malt sweetness.
I agree.
Yeah, I guess so.
I agree with all of that, to be fair to the tea. There's very little of any of those tasting notes that I've disagreed with.
I like when we first opened it, I didn't feel like I could keep going back to it, but now that we've let it sit for a bit, I feel like it's easier to drink.
I actually feel the opposite.
Do you?
I feel it's harder to drink because the sweetness is amped up. It's the sweetness is amped up and the booziness has amped up. Not that I'm saying I wouldn't drink it, but I actually found that it was more manageable before it opened up. Yeah. Because it wasn't quite as sweet. Okay. Or the burn hit differently.
Yeah, so I think it's mellowed out, and I quite like it a bit more now. So yeah, we've talked about how we just did this. Specifically, I have notes saying do not use a pint glass.
Can you imagine?
Why would you use it?
What kind of psychopath? Check that person's hard drive.
Or a beer stein. It's like, don't use a beer stein. And I was like...
It's like a boot.
But I think this is the thing, right? This is the thing. If you're just like, this is a beer, like, you do not treat this like a beer. No. Like, you don't drink it like a regular beer. There ain't no chug in this. You don't need that size glass. No. Like... I feel like they do have to say that though, because there will be people it's a beer
that, not even just the people that it's a beer. I do think that there's this toxic trend of people that, it's not everybody, but there is a toxic trend, I think, that it's like you have to show how unaffected you are by higher, like the higher the ABV and the less you seem to be, the more you seem to be capable of handling it, whether that's the truth or not, the more you're like, I can drink this unimpacted, and I drink pints and pints of,
imperial stouts,
whatever.
Blah, blah.
Like, I think there is that trend of being like, look at me and what I can handle. This somehow equates to being cool or whatever else. Above all of the taste, above everything else, it's just like, look at me and what I can handle. And I'm not saying like if you enjoy high ABVs that you are doing that. What I'm saying is like there is this toxic trend of people who it's like they exclusively make it a point to be like, I'm having a big glass of the highest ABV thing I can find and crushing it like it's not a big deal. And it's like, I think that they have to say this because you would have people that are pouring themselves big glasses of it, expecting, because it is beer, even if it's a high ABV, they're like, I can drink a high ABV, but it's beer, so at the end of the day I can have it anyway.
I also feel like, it's not in my notes actually, but while we're talking about this, like, I feel like people be like, do a shot of it. Like, you're missing the point then. Like, we poured a little bit of it, we tasted it, we've left it to settle, like, we've left it to open up, we've tasted it. Like, you've got to take your time on it and really, like, see it develop. Like, this isn't a knock it back, how ABV it's done.
Yeah.
I also have a note here that says...
It's an experience.
Yeah, it's an experience. It should be... You take your time over it and you enjoy it. And I've also got a note here that says, remember that a 30% ABV, a 60ml pour contains roughly the same alcohol as a standard UK pint of 4% beer.
Wild. I mean, 60ml means nothing to me.
Oh, but
I can work out that's a lot.
Yeah, I feel like we've had less than that, so I think we're good. Yeah, so that's that. So, food and beer pairing.
Ooh. Even for these?
Yeah, so for this, excellent pairings include cheeses, mature cheddar, Stilton, Roquefort or aged Gouda. Desserts, sticky toffee pudding, bread pudding, a dark chocolate tour, creme brulee, and savoury, charcuterie, smoked meats or roast duck.
Do you know what blows my mind? Is the fact that you said aged Gouda and I would call it Gouda.
Yeah.
That's blown my mind. That's blown my mind that that's even a way you could pronounce that.
Really? You've never heard that before?
No.
That's funny. I know the Americans call it Gouda.
But that's just blown my mind because I don't often eat Gouda.
Yeah.
It's never even come up as a thing that someone could pronounce right. And I think out of that whole list of everything you just read me off, the most surprising thing to me
was that I said
is
Gouda.
that you said Gouda. I was like, what?
I love it. Also, many enthusiasts compare utopias to a fine after-dinner digestif and pair it with a cigar.
I can believe that. I mean,
although
it does feel very
I like this note.
masculine.
Although that's obviously a matter of personal preference. Yeah, it does feel a bit boys' club, doesn't it?
It does feel a bit boys'
Yeah.
club. I'm not saying women or non-binary or anything can't have cigars, but like it does fit. That does have more of a masculine.
I think there are connotations around
flair
cigars,
to
right?
it. Yeah. Social constructs.
Yes. So last thing I think here before we get the one out of the fridge, we have some Madeira.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And so we're going to try a little bit of this Madeira and
Teeny
see
tiny little bottle
and
of
see
Madeira.
whether it how it compares. Because neither of us have tried Madeira before.
I don't think I even tried it when I was in Madeira. I had wine when I was in Madeira.
I feel like you didn't need to put all of that in there.
I'm not going to exactly take it back, am I? I'll pick that up in a minute. I'd say like, you know what? Colour-wise,
Yeah.
if you looked at it like that, I would say it's a similar colour. The difference is this is more see-through.
Yeah.
It's more of like a honeyed chestnut. This is like, whereas the beer is probably slightly darker.
Yeah.
There's a slightly darker highlight to the beer that makes it so you can't see through it. But if you hold it at that angle,
Yeah, they're not far off.
they are not actually
Yeah.
far off. I mean, it smells like wine a bit,
Yeah.
but like a burny wine.
A Bernie wine. Oh yeah.
It's like it smells like a hybrid of like what I don't know anything
Yeah.
about Madeira, so
it smells honeyed.
yeah, I guess that's how it just for me it smells like
There
wine,
is boozy. What?
but like
ABV is
boozy. 18%.
Oh, nothing compared to what we were
It's
just
a
drinking then.
sweet wine.
All right, I'm gonna try a little bit. It's very sweet. It's not that bad.
It's actually not.
I could see that as a layer within.
That's a layer. I was gonna say it's
Yeah.
almost like a layer within that. It's less, in my opinion, it's less sweet than the Utopias.
Oh really? I feel like that's sweeter.
I think that hits that sweetness
Okay.
and that hits harder because there's the alcohol burn with it.
Yeah.
Whereas this doesn't have a burn.
Yeah.
It's just sweet. Feel like I'd like it if it was colder though. I feel like
Yeah.
this could be mixed with something else to make
Yeah.
it a not like a nicer experience.
Yeah. All right.
It's not that bad actually.
Should we try over ice from the fridge? We're going to be controversial.
Yeah, let's go do that.
Here we go. All right. So
We've just prepared in these fancy glasses. And Joe just did a swirl over ice. Like,
so we've got some that we put in a glass and we put in the fridge while we've been doing this. So
just to be slightly bit colder.
I can't smell anything.
I mean,
I think we've dulled, but and then we've also put some over ice.
I do still.
Can you still
it
smell a bit?
smells. It still smells. Doesn't burn,
Yeah.
but it's more honeyed.
Yeah. What's it like over the ice? Yeah, I get more of the like honey and dry fruits in that.
This smells like that, but more watered down.
Yeah. All right.
So
right.
again, more honeyed.
I'm gonna sip on the one that's been in the fridge. Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't like that.
I don't like it.
I don't like that.
It's you get
There's more nutty. It's buttery.
more nutty, but yeah, you're getting more
It's
of that.
buttery, nutty, and honey, but
Honey.
like not in the way you normally get honey in beer.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't taste right.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste right. cold.
Alright,
Don't do it cold.
There we go. This is why you don't do it cold.
But
Right,
we
okay,
needed
I'm
to
gonna
tell
do it
you not to do
over
it cold. Worse
Same
or better?
Worse.
It's like salty.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like salty butter.
I feel like
Honeyed salty butter.
because it's cold, you've lost all of that nuance, and so you're just getting like the
Honey salty
weird.
butter.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Maybe a bit bitter.
Yeah.
Like a bittery.
Do not.
Don't
do
do
not
it.
do it cold.
Don't do it.
No.
I feel like we need to salvage this because we can't. We'll let it sit out, but I need to take it out of the ice.
Back up again. Take the ice out.
Yeah, we've got to take the ice out.
All right, I did.
Don't do it.
I did buy some dark chocolate because I'd read that you should try it with some dark chocolate, so I thought we should do that. This is like really nice.
Warm it up.
Ecuadorian 75% cocoa, single origin dark chocolate. Only the best for when we're trying with from Tesco.
Only the Tay, don't knock it.
Only the
Tesco,
best
is it
from
Tesco
Tesco.
Finest?
Yeah,
Tesco Finest
it's the good
slaps.
stuff. The good
So
stuff.
it's like only the finest as we sully this beer with
With ice cubes.
But now we know, and
Yeah.
you don't have to find
Yeah,
out.
we did it for science.
I
Okay.
just can't. It's just not the one. It's still in my
Okay,
mouth.
I'm
and I
gonna
don't like it.
I'm gonna eat the chocolate.
Are you gonna? How are you gonna do? You're gonna let it sit on your tongue a bit.
I'm gonna bite it, let it sit on my tongue a little bit, like kind of chew it but not swallow it, and then drink some Utopia over the
Okay.
top of it. Okay. We know this is your favourite, just getting us eating stuff.
I'm impatient with it. I can. It
It's
dulls
fine.
the booze.
It does.
It dulls the booziness, which is alright. I don't think it takes anything away. I don't think it massively adds anything. It just.
No.
I would say it tames the booziness. So it does pair well. It doesn't not pair well. But I would say like I'd probably recommend it if you have a sweet tooth and you find the Utopia. If you find this one, this particular variant, too boozy,
Yeah.
that would be a good shout for you.
I don't think I'd bother pairing it with food.
I don't think I would either.
I think you just enjoy it over a nice, relaxing period of time.
We do have cheese. We could try it. We could finish the last of it with cheese.
Yeah, should we do that? Right, we're going to get a bit of cheese.
All right, hold on. Let's just salvage the bit of...
Is it too, like, that's cold though?
I'm just going to hold it like this and hope it
Okay.
warms up.
It's only a little bit.
Yeah, it's only a tiny bit going into already warm stuff. Okay, let's go get some
get some
cheese, and
cheese.
this will be our final piece de resistance.
All right, so we've got some vintage, extra mature vintage cheddar, and apparently this is supposed to be very good with it. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to kind of chew it up and then drink over the top of
Chew it up and then drink.
Mm-hmm.
I love cheese.
This is good cheese.
It's a really good cheese.
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah,
I like it more than the chocolate.
yeah. I like it more than the chocolate.
I'm going to try some of the balsamic reduction because this is a bit vinegary, so I want to see if it makes or breaks.
I'm going to sit here eating cheese.
Not good with the balsamic reduction because I feel like the balsamic reduction amps up the alcohol, which was kind of tamed a little. Like it blended really nicely with the cheese, but then like the balsamic reduction, like it was almost like when you have a fire and you throw alcohol on a fire.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the
Okay.
best thing I could describe it as, is it's like adding fuel to the flame.
Okay.
So yeah, don't recommend with balsamic
do that.
reduction, but the cheese is good. I bet it would be good with meat. Like if
Yeah.
you were charcuterie. I heard someone pronounce it charcuterie.
Really?
Would you say charcuterie or charcuterie?
Charcuterie.
I'd say charcuterie.
Yeah.
But I heard someone say charcuterie, and I was like, I mean, it's spelled like that. It's not. It doesn't. Maybe it is that.
I've always heard charcuterie. So, but you know, we're not the best at pronouncing things, so.
Yeah, I couldn't put my name to definitively say
No.
one way or another.
Well,
That's nice.
that was an enjoyable experience.
It was.
Which is what I wanted this for. Very pleased.
Lots of clean up with all of our
Lots
glassware.
of clean up because for science we tried all the things, so that you don't have to, dear listener. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed our time. That was lovely.
Thank you for sharing it with me.
Of course. You bought it. You got it for me. So.
I mean, I didn't buy it.
You didn't
but
buy it for me.
I physically bought it.
You got it for me, so like there was no way that you weren't going to get to try it. Tori, if people want to try and ask you to get them beers while they're in the US and you can politely refuse, where can they get
you
hold
want
of
to harass
you?
me about muling beers for
Yeah.
you, or you want to discuss the nuances of naming conventions of things like Gouda versus Gouda and charcuterie versus charcuterie. You can find me on Instagram at adventures_in_optimism, or you can email me at adventuresinoptimism@gmail.com. If you want to message both of us and just go, that was you spent a lot of time not doing that much but drinking.
Yeah.
Very, very. You want to file a complaint with us for the way that we treated this Utopias.
Yeah.
You can find both of us.
We don't care.
We don't care. But we'll file the complaint. We just won't follow up the
No.
complaint. You can find both of us on Instagram or Facebook at A Woman's Brew. You can email us at awomansbrewpodcast@gmail.com, or you could find us if you want to see any of the other episodes that we have streamed. You can find us at awomansbrewpod.beer, awomansbrewpod.beer. Joe, if people want to just talk to you more about like your thought process of paying that much for a beer and how you're feeling with it being on your bucket list, like about they want to get their bucket list beer, where can they find you?
I'm super happy with my purchase. You can get hold of me. I am Love Beer Learning. You'll mostly find me on Instagram. You will find that on Facebook, but mostly I'm on Instagram. You can also come to my website, which is lovebeerlearning.co.uk. I feel like this episode should prompt me to actually post a new blog about Sam Adams Utopia on there. So go to lovebeerlearning.co.uk, or you can email me lovebeerlearning@gmail.com.
That's it. We don't have anything left.
No, we don't have anything left. We've drunk our 1 to 2 ounces.
That's it. We've just got our Sammies.
And there's my lovely bottle. Cheers.